Check one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Oh, God, I hope this thing's working. Why am I hearing feedback? What is going on with this thing? Why am I hearing... Ah, crap. Oh, God, I forgot to charge the tablet. Nothing going right here. I got pieces and parts all over the place. Oh, I can't remember if the tablet's got enough juice in it. Oh, boy. This ain't good. This ain't good. No! I hope this mic sounds all right. I'm hearing static. I just literally... Ronbo's here. I am hearing static. What are you guys hearing? Is it coming through clear? Because it sounds like chatter. Like when you're the old days of the radio when you didn't have the station perfect and it was... You hear it too. Ah, damn it. Is it irritating? Can we put up with it? I don't know why. I used this mic like last week, and there was no problem. We can live with it. I don't understand how I can unplug a microphone and then plug it back in a week later, and it's giving me shit fits here. Because unfortunately, I can't swap mics out. And now it's echoing. Oh, for Christ's sake. Oh, Jesus. Now I'm getting an echo. Oh, I can't live with this. I can't live with this. Oh, for Christ's sake. See, this thing it's... You don't hear an echo. All right, and then it's on this end. I'm hearing a goddamn echo. Now, I don't get it. This is the microphone I used last week. No problem. I plugged the son of a bitch in tonight, and it's got a staticky buzz to it. I can't make it go away. I just. Right, the static is lower. Unfortunately, we're going to have to live with it because if I have to swap out microphones, then I have to literally stop the show and restart it. I would have to end it, swap the mics, and come back. If we can live with this piece of shit for tonight, tomorrow I'll have a... See, this is the problem. I want to be a smartass, different background, different mic. And it ain't working for shit. We're good? All right. Well, I got 23% on the tablet, so let's play a little frickin' music and get started here. Broadcasting live from station WDWL TV, Studio 2. What studio are we in tonight? 2D, I think. And me, I'm the Grumpy Old Man, brought to you by Grumpy Vulture Productions. No bow. Thank you. Oh, Jesus. No, as a matter of fact, it must have blown past us, Ron, because it didn't snow last night. Although the temperature is cold as shit. We got about an inch. And it literally didn't stick on the ground. Now, the cars were all covered with frickin' snow. And then this, it was supposed to snow last night. And it didn't. It just got down to 29 degrees. Like right now, it's 33. Too early for this shit. They called a snow day? Wow. No offense, but you guys are pansies down there. Jesus. Cleveland, 3 feet of snow and they don't call a snow day. Wow. Unbelievable. Well, there's a little ice on the road. Snow day, snow day. God, Kathy, you know what it was like up here. Christ, 3 feet of snow and blizzard conditions and You're going to school, period. Don't give me no shit. Although, it's a little different today. I know back when I was going to school, there had to be like 6 feet of snow, blizzard conditions, and everything in the city closed down before they would pull a snow day. Oh, I forgot. You guys are bussing it. I'm thinking of up here, where we were hoofing it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You don't want no school bus going off the road. I forget you're not up here. I get in the frame of mind because you lived here. Sometimes my mind just blanks out and goes, "Oh, Kathy is still here," when you're down there. Yeah, kids today don't believe that. The blizzard of 78, they didn't close the goddamn schools until like when the kids were showing up. Because I remember it took me an hour and a half to get to work. I walk in the door and the supervisor says, we're closed. I said, what do you mean we're closed? When? I just got the call. Then it took me another freaking hour and a half to get home. Oh, it used to be deadly around. Oh. Kids today are, they're pampered compared to when I was in grade school and school in general. There could be 4 feet of goddamn snow outside, and you were hoofing it to school. And you better be on time. I'm trying to think in my from grade, well, 1 to 6. I don't think we had one school closing. I don't think Cleveland schools, and this would have been, okay, let's see, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63. I I I don't remember schools closing for snow. You literally had to suck it up because there was, well, you got to remember Cleveland didn't have busing until after I graduated. I graduated in 70, and I think Cleveland busing started in 71 or 72. So you hoofed it. Plain and simple. You hoofed it, and you sucked it up. And if you were late, there was no excuse. You should have left earlier. You saw that snow out there. That was the shit that we got. What do you mean late? What do you... Didn't you look out the window? Didn't you see snow? That's what we got. If you were late, you got a detention. We didn't... I could probably count on two hands from grade 1 to grade 12 how many times the school was closed for snow. Now, 2 flakes fall. Close the school. Oh, man, I was hoofing it around here, and I screwed up the light. I screwed up the light. Jeez. I banged into this one. Yeah, there. I was going to say, how come that's breaking news? It shouldn't have been blue. Yeah, I didn't turn the light on. Sorry. Well, you got to remember, Kathy, I'm just a tad older than you are. I can remember being in first goddamn grade and trudging through goddamn snow to get to school. And not that many mothers had cars. So, no, we had to suck it up. Now all these kids, they ride the bus. Oh, Ron. Today, yeah, it should say breaking wind. After the burritos last night, oh, I could have powered a blimp with the gas I had this morning. Even Boots moved down to the end of the bed. He was like, I can't take this. Well, a lot of kids had, back in the day, convinced their mothers, call me in sick, Mom. They didn't plow yet. And then mother would be calling, he's sick. And then she'd write you a note because, God forbid, you were off a day sick and your mommy didn't write you a note. Man, I got microphone pieces all over the desk. Jesus. Oh. Oh, I forgot to put that. Yeah, I got all kinds of mic extensions, swivels. And this aggravating static. I don't know why. See, this microphone, I'll show you. It has a built-in echo. Hello. Hello. Anybody out there? Somebody. Say something. I'm scared. Uh-oh. Hello? Hello? That echo can get irritating. I used to have it just a touch because it made it sound like an empty studio. But everybody was saying, "Oh, that's irritating." So I shut it off. Oh, have a sick day and go to Randall Mall. Well, that's one way of spending the day. Yeah, it's a neat sound effect, but you can't use it for hours on end because people, they just get irritated with it. I used to use it in the beginning of the show. Broadcasting from station WDWL TV. And then I'd shut it off. You know, most of the new microphones, the USB microphones, come with this echo built in. And I've never heard anybody use it. I don't know why the manufacturers bother to put it on a microphone. I don't hear anybody ever use an echo. Oh, and I forgot. Shit. Oh, I got time. I was going to say I forgot to put AOL on that computer today so that I can look up my Christmas music. Boy, Kathy, I'll tell you what. You talk about somebody who was nervous as, oh, God, I was having a panic attack driving into Parma with the Passat with them green daytime running lights because Parma don't like color. And I get to the hospital. Whew, I'm sitting at the traffic light, getting ready to pull onto Snow Road after my appointment. And what is sitting at the fucking traffic light? A Parma cop. And I was like, oh, fuck, here we go. And the light turned green, and I was like, oh, I'm getting out of this city in a hurry. There, there he was. I just happened to look to my left and went, oh, fuck. And I was waiting for him just to pull in front of my car, turn the lights on, and go, come here. The light changed, and I put it in gear, and I got the fuck out of that town. Although, I have seen so many new Jeeps because the new Jeeps, they still got the round headlights. As a matter of fact, there's a young guy up the street from me that has a Jeep Rubicon, and he's got green halo lights around his headlights. He's got green fog lights in the bumper. He's got green fender lights. It looks so cool. And I'm thinking, what am I worried about? Some Jeeps have everything on the front end yellow halo lights, And I'm nervous as hell, mainly because I don't own that thing yet. Well, that's what I have to do tomorrow, Ron. I don't know why I was so discombobulated this morning. I think because the damn appointment was at 1 o'clock. Most of my appointments are like 2 or 3. And I like to take my time in the morning. Although I did print it out. I did that. I printed it out. I'm trying to think, was there something I wanted to change? All right, we put socket sets. There was something. Yet number 6. The 6 marks cashiers. Gotta modify that some way. Because you got 7 buckets of dill dip, 6 marks cashiers. It's too short. It kind of don't work. We got to work on number 6, because then you got the 5 green Passats. I can hold that one out. 4 socket sets, 3 semi-pro boxers, 2 female wrestlers, and a vulture in a dead tree. I don't know. I'll play with it. Maybe 7 buckets of dill dip. I'll work on it. I'm gonna have to sing it. 6 cutie cashiers. That works better than Mark's. Yeah. 7 buckets of dill dip. 6 cutie cashiers. Yeah. Yeah, that works. I'll right now. I'm gonna cross out Mark's and put cutie. That works. Where's my scribble stick? That works. Oh, come on. Gee, nothing is cooperating. 6 cutie cashiers. Yeah, definitely. Because they are. Everything else is perfect. Everything else is perfect. That's our 12 days of grumpy Christmas right there. That works. Cool. You're right on the money there, Ron. You must have been a songwriter in your previous life. Here I thought, I was done with the shrink for the year. He's like, "Oh, I think I'd like to see you on December 3rd." I was like, "I thought we were done." "Oh, no, we're not done." Oh, will you park it already? Oh my God. He's owned that goddamn thing for a year. You'd think that he would know how to back in the driveway already. Oh, I didn't make another cup of coffee. Oh, jeez, I'm almost. See, I got to screwing around with this microphone like a quarter to 7. I don't know why. The other one was hooked up, was working fine. No, let's change microphones. And we end up with one that's got static in it for some reason. Although this one has got a different USB plug in it. That might be part of the problem. The other microphones have a USB, what is it, B? The one that is smaller at the top than at the bottom. Most cell phone chargers had the same stupid plug. And then some of my other microphones have the newer USB-C. This has got that goofy printer cord. It looks like almost like a square box. That might be part of the problem. This one uses that stupid printer cord plug. Although it was working fine last week. That's what makes no sense. What did I miss? See, I'm not following the damn chat. What did I miss? What did Ron comment on? Oh well. So usually during over a winter, what's he retiring? See, you know, my I would say mine. I would say he's probably in his late 40s, early 50s. Oh, Odlos, I have no idea what. This mic was working perfect last week. Perfect. I plug it in tonight, and it's just a piece of shit. Well, maybe he got an offer to go somewhere else. I can't see him just giving up his practice. There's a possibility that maybe he got an offer from a hospital. Like, my sister still works part time for a chiropractor. He runs strictly evening hours because he got an offer to come work for the VA. So he works for the VA during the day, and then he has his office in the evening. So, there's a possibility that this guy might have gotten an offer to go work for a hospital or work for the VA or something, and he just. It's odd that he isn't telling anybody where he's going. Yeah, it really is bullshit when they tell you, well, next month I'm done. What do you mean next month you're done? Yep, next month I'm closed. Yeah, like my buddy's wife was telling me Sunday, her doctor is going to retire. And he's giving everybody 4 month notice to find another doctor. Now, that is nice when they do that. But for a doctor to go, well, next month, done. See ya. You're on your own. The only doctor that I have that well, he looks like he should retire, but I don't know how old he. My foot doctor. He's up there. I would say he's got to be in his 60s. But that's the only one I have that's that old. And I know what he's going to tell me next week. You need surgery on that toe. I know. I've been putting it off. Time to face reality. The only problem is not being able to drive. Although I'll figure a way. God, I ran into an old friend of mine at the hospital. She comes out limping, you know. I said, what are you limping for? She says, oh, I had surgery on my foot. I said, oh, really? She says, yeah. They amputated my big toe. I went, holy shit. She got some kind of. It started out. She got. What was she telling me? She had an ingrown toenail on her big toe. And it got. The static just went away. The static just magically disappeared. I don't believe it. It's gone. It's gone. Unbelievable. It's gone. I love it. I'm not touching a thing. I'm not touching a thing. All of a sudden, it just went. Yeah, because if you look up here, it's flatlined. Before you were seeing the static. Hallelujah. No, I didn't mute my. Am I not coming across? Is that why the static went? Did the mic go out? Did the mic go out? Oh my God, Kathy, I went into a panic. I was like, now what the hell? The static stopped and the mic quit? Holy shit. But it did. The static just all of a sudden, and I didn't touch a damn thing. I ain't touching it because it's, see, no static. I don't think I'll be using this microphone for a while. Tomorrow there'll be a different mic because I'm not messing with this one. I don't know what. God, it's not like back in the days when you had the old XLR microphones and they plugged into amplifiers and you'd get feedback and static and everything. Nowadays with these USB mics, plug them in, done. Yeah, it was like 6:45. I said, well, I changed the background. Let me change the mic. And I'm looking at the time going, holy shit. I literally had everything plugged in and set to go as I was clicking start. Because I'm watching that timer and my 6:58, 6:59. God, everything's going haywire. Yeah, I get checked in, and I'm sitting, waiting. Now, there's like 30 places to sit. This guy and his wife sitting right next to me. I'm like, all them chairs, you here? And then he looks at the clock. He says to his wife, he says, is that clock right? I said, that clock has been stuck on 2:45 for over a year. Both of them. Well, why don't they fix them? I said, I've been asking for a year. You know, one place you rarely see a clock is in a doctor's office or a waiting room. This waiting area has 2 clocks. Both of them have been stuck on 2:45 for a year. I I don't understand it. Two clocks, neither one work. I'm half tempted to bring my own AA batteries, you know. There. Be my luck that I'd be changing the clock and security would come up and arrest me. Stealing your clock, huh? No, I'm putting a battery in it. Hospital can't afford a AA battery. Oh, really? Casinos? I've never been in one. But it makes sense because you can lose track of time if you're. Which that's what they want. Because if there were clocks, people are like, oh shit, it's 4 o'clock, time to go eat. You're sitting there. Finally, security comes by and said, you know, it's midnight. Really? Oh, I do too, Kathy. Doesn't that irritate you? Pictures. There was one. It's up on the third floor. I couldn't get. I'd straighten it, step back, and it would go. I was half tempted to bring like a magnet, you know, put a little weight in the corner, get it to stay. Oh, clocks that are on the wrong time or crooked pictures drive me insane. Matter of fact, the one up on the third floor, I think the next time I'm up there, I'm going to bring a little nail and put it under the bottom corner. I'll raise the and then stick a little nail or a push pin. Stick it underneath that corner so it won't go. You bring a little push pin, level the picture, and then put the push pin in that bottom corner to keep it from sagging. Although, there's one that drives me crazy. It's in the lobby, and it slipped inside the frame. The picture is crooked inside the frame. Evidently, when they did the matting, they didn't seal it tight enough. Walk by it and. I'll do that if I go to somebody's house. Be sitting on the couch, look across the room, see a crooked picture, get up. What are you doing? Yeah, it was crooked. We hung it that way. Grandpa liked the picture being crooked. Okay, there. Put it back the way it was. That's like, for years, Kathy, my buddies, well, all right, we're going back to the days of the VCRs. My my buddy had a VCR and it kept flashing 12 all the time. 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12. He didn't know how to set the time on his VCR. So it's just 12, 12, 12. Oh, it drove me crazy. Finally, one day I brought a piece of black electrical tape, stuck it over the. It's in the lobby, the east entrance at Parma Hospital. The east entrance in the lobby. Next time you're in town, you can fix that goddamn picture. Yeah, the painting, it's a watercolor, and it slipped behind the matting, and it's sitting in there crooked. Every time you walk in, it's like, isn't somebody going to fix that picture? I could see the poor artist come in. Hey, aren't you going to straighten my picture out? It's been like that for like 2 years. Evidently, the artist must not come in the hospital. Because if it was my painting, I'd be all over somebody's ass going, hey, I spent a lot of time doing that. And then I donated that painting to you. I'll tell you what, Kathy, half the time, housekeeping don't want to be bothered with that shit. Bad enough they're cleaning up the hospital, let alone going, hey, we got to take this picture apart, take it in the back room, take the back off, take that brown paper that they glue to the frame, rip that off, straighten the picture in the mat, put a little Scotch tape on it to hold it, re-glue the shopping bag brown paper, then hang it. But it just goes to show people don't pay attention to that stuff. I'm sure housekeeping's probably dusted took a little glass cleaner. They probably don't even notice it's crooked in the damn frame. Next picture. Or people are going, maybe the artist did that deliberately. Like with Picasso's pictures, some of them you couldn't tell if they were upside down, right side up. Like when he painted a portrait of a can of Campbell's soup. And it's hanging in some museum somewhere. You mean to tell me he couldn't afford a model? I got to paint something this month. What am I going to... Yeah, Campbell's soup can. There we go. There, done. Oh, yeah, he's another one. Picasso, Warhol, yeah. Who was the artist that stood back and threw paint at the canvas. And they'd get a different color. And people thought that was, oh, look. Looked like he was cleaning his brushes. There we go. And then there was another artist that threw paint with buckets. I could do that. Walk into a museum. Oh, look, that's a grumpy. Really? Oh, such detail. Detail. I threw paint on the wall. Yes, but you did it artistically. Okay, that'll be $25,000. Thank you. No refunds. I don't keep up on artists. Oh, Kathy. I rewatched that documentary on them people that vanished. It's called Missing 411. That's the name of the documentary, Missing 411. And I really paid attention to it. And it's fucking scary. The really scary one this family was hiking in the forest. And their 7-year-old son stopped to pick something up. And, you know, mom and dad and the other two kids just kind of kept walking. And they turned around and he was gone. Nowhere to be found. Gone. They didn't hear nothing. They said he was like 2 steps behind us. He was picking up a stick or something. They turned around, gone. Now, that is some scary shit. Because he never was found. Never. And it wasn't like some wild animal snatched him. No. He said, I'm going to pick this stick up, Dad. And they went, okay. And they were like 4 or 5 steps away from him. They turned around, gone. And then, another scary thing. This guy is out hunting, and he sees a herd of elk. All of a sudden, the bullet hit something solid, but invisible. and the elk were like frozen in place. And then all of a sudden, the elk were moving. He actually found the bullet. And he took the bullet to the FBI and said, I was aiming at a herd of elk. There was nothing in front of me. Nothing. He said, I fired, and all of a sudden, plink, the bullet bounced off of nothing. Nothing. But he found the bullet. It was all mangled. You could see it hit something. But he said there was nothing in front of me. And to this day, the FBI cannot figure out what the bullet hit. It didn't hit a tree because there was a clearing. All of a sudden he heard the bullet go plink. But there's like 1,200 people since 1950 that have vanished. And the FBI said, well, we think there might be extraterrestrials, but we can't prove it. But for people to vanish without a trace, they bring in tracking dogs, no scent trail, like the guy that was sitting on the rock. The dogs followed the scent up to the rock and nothing. But he was gone. It's some scary shit. As a matter of fact, I went out to the kitchen to get some ice for my ginger ale. And I come back in and missing 411, documentary. And I was like, oh, this could be interesting. And then it was the beginning of the program I missed because I came in the middle the other night. I watched it from start to finish. And I mean, this guy interviews everybody. Government officials, FBI agents. I mean, and they're all like, we don't know. But like the one FBI agent said, if we can't prove it, we can't admit to it. They said, could be a possibility that we're being watched by someone. But until we have documented video, nope. But how people can just gone. So Look it up on YouTube, and when you got some time, some uninterrupted time, watch that documentary from start to finish. It You'll get chills. I did. I was like, holy shit. There is actually an interview with a guy that was abducted and returned. And he was interviewed by several psychiatrists, and they all said, well, he believes what happened. We can't prove it, but he believes it. That one is interesting. The interview with that guy. Because when they found him, they hospitalized him, and they thought he was, and they put him through. He was in the hospital like 3 months. It was like one psychiatrist after another, and FBI and government interviewing this guy. And the determination they came to was whatever happened, he believes happened. He's pretty convincing, but and it's a certain area. Oh, what the hell? I want to say Medicine Bow, Wyoming. I know it was Medicine Bow. I'm not sure what state it's in. Medicine Bow. That there's like a triangular area out there where all these abductions have taken place. I remember Medicine Bow. I can't remember the state. And they say there's something going on out there. And it dates back to the 50s. Or maybe Medicine Hat. I thought they said Medicine Bow. Maybe Medicine Hat. I get so engrossed in it, it's like. I'm pretty sure they said Medicine Bow. And Wyoming sounds right. Yeah, they definitely said Medicine Bow. So it's got to be Wyoming. But there's an area like 20,000 square miles, but it's a triangular area where all this shit happens. That's been going on since the 50s. And I think the last missing person was like 2012, 2013, something like that. and they're all elk hunters, except for that little kid that got. The rest of them were all elk hunters. That just whew, gone. Never to be found. Because they said if they were attacked by wild animals, they would find clothing, personal items, a body. Nope. Because the one, I think it was an FBI agent, he said, while everybody is searching on the ground, they were watching the sky. And they weren't watching for a UFO, they were watching for buzzards. Because if there's a body or something deceased, the buzzards are the first sign that something's there. Never a buzzard, nothing. Like, not, you're there, and now you're gone. I am glad that I watched it start to finish last night because it's freaky. And to be going on since the 50s. You'll enjoy it, Kathy, if you're into mysteries. Oh, it's a mystery, all right. Especially the guy that was sitting on the rock. There were 5 hunters together. And he said, I'll wait here and you guys go up around the elk and push them this way. And I'll. And they left him gone. Freaky. And another thing I found out, there is an official government agency that investigates UFO sightings. So they believe in them. They can't prove it. You know, it's not like one comes down and parks at Walmart and they run in to get, some paper towels. Hey, you want to get that flying saucer out of the handicap spot, pal? Sorry. We'll be gone in a minute. Little guy comes out. But the freaky thing is, nobody hears a thing. They don't see anything. They don't hear anything. But this person just like vaporizes. Wow. Usually you can scare a bear off. Man, he wouldn't. Evidently, the guy must have died or be sad if he was laying there unconscious and a bear decided to dine on him. Wow, that's freaky right there. Yeah, but usually if you make enough noise, a bear will. Yeah, evident. Maybe it. It would be sad that it would be a mother sow, and when they come out of hibernation, they're hungry. Not to mention, a mother sow goes into hibernation and she wakes up and went, where the hell did these little bearlets come from? What the hell? What are they doing here? That would be freaky. Go into hibernation and wake up and you got 3 kids when you wake up, like, the hell? Where did these come from? Yeah, people don't realize that. Bears give birth during hibernation. They wake up to them little ones. Oh, that was just recently? Holy shit. That was. Wow. That's scary. Because bears haven't started to hibernate yet. Man, that bear must have been hungry. Wow. Man, I hope the guy wasn't laying there unconscious and this bear comes across him. Oh. Let's hope the accident killed him. Although you're unconscious, you don't know what's happening. Was that on the news? I would like to see that. Oh well, he was probably definitely gone. It must have been a big bear if it took him 3 shots to put him down. Although, if the cop is shooting with a 9 millimeter, you got to use a big gun to put a bear down. So most most law enforcement today are carrying 9 millimeters. It's going to take a few shots with a 9 millimeter to put a bear down, unless you hit him, hit him in the head or hit him in the heart. Yeah, the bear was just basically defending it, his kill. I'm sure the guy was deceased, but that belongs to the bear. But it had to be a pretty goddamn hungry bear, because usually noise will scare him away. But yeah, I would love to see the information on that one. Oh, he went in with a long gun, huh? Well, that was definitely a bear that didn't want to give up easy. Because if with a long gun, one strategic shot should have put that bear down. I just feel sorry for the guy's family, to get him back missing pieces and parts, knowing that a bear was lunching on him. Wow. Unbelievable. Although they preach to people when they're doing that tail of the dragon run. Don't speed. There's multiple 90-degree and, all kinds of sharp turns. That place has multiple accidents every year because everybody's like, oh, they think they're doing Pikes Peak. Whoa. Matter of fact, there have been a lot of motorcyclists killed and injured because they all think, oh, no problem, I can do this. As a matter of fact, I think, don't quote me, I think Jeremy Clarkson did the tail of the dragon and he had a dash cam. And he was a professional driver and he almost lost it a couple of times. And they preach to you, take your time. I would I would love to do that run, but I would do it grumpy style, about 25 miles an hour, you know. Because I can't remember if it's at the bottom or the top is a big souvenir stand. I did the tail of the dragon. The guy makes a fortune selling frickin' souvenirs, T-shirts, you name it. He also sells maps that show you every turn. It was on some automotive program I watched. I think I know there's a souvenir stand because the guy makes a fortune. I did the tail of the dragon. Because they they did a pretty good piece on just him and the souvenir stand. And he said, I do quite well. And it shows all the T-shirts and you name it, mugs. You know, the guy's got every goddamn souvenir imaginable. Keychain, you know. Tail of the dragon. And I think, I'm not positive, I think the only way you can buy the frickin' souvenirs is you have to actually do the run. It's not like he has a website. You could cheat and go, oh, look, I got the T-shirt. The guy's got a gold mine business. Didn't I like this? Don't touch the wires. We don't need the static back. So, you probably answered the question, Kathy. I probably missed it. What is the average snowfall in your area? Do you get a lot? Just the dusting? More ice than snow? Because I know Bus Grease Monkey, he's, you know, they get cold weather, but I don't think I've ever heard him mention snow. Because goddamn Bus wouldn't get up the hill to his place in the snow. I don't know how he picked that area to build a bus repair shop where you gotta literally like go up a mountain to get there. I don't know. I don't know enough of the background of the business. But of all places to put a bus repair shop, like at the top of a mountain, you know, but oh, but that's enough to screw people up that aren't used, like in Ohio. The first snow, and there's multiple accidents because assholes forget what it's like to drive in snow. More ice than snow. So basically, you hope for snow for Christmas, and then that's it. Not like up here. And you were living in the goddamn snow belt. That area gets more snow than I get over here. Although I had a friend that lived in Chagrin Falls. Oh, they get hammered over there. I'm sitting here bitching about what I got, and Chagrin's got 3 times more than we have. Really? No snow for Christmas? Wow, that's kind of depressing. You would think you would get a little dusting. Now see, I could take living there. A little bit of snow, fine. Although, really, the last couple of years, we've had some very mild winters as far as snow. We've had some cold ass weather. I think last winter I only shoveled maybe 3 times. Now watch this year, 6 foot. Now we've had some nasty cold, but nothing like I remember as a kid. Oh, we got hammered back in the 50s and 60s, 70s. Then global warming hit. Yeah, last winter was very mild as far as snow. It was unseasonably cold. Well, you could solve that problem, move back up here. Oh. You could be a reverse snowbird. Come up here for winter, go down there for the rest of the time. Like my buddy in his big motorhome. He emailed me. He's down in Louisiana right now. After his $25,000 brake job. Holy shit. I couldn't. I, I went speechless. He said, "No, I got new brakes all the way around." I think he needed 2 front rotors. He said the guy was pretty fair. It was only 25 grand. I went, what? Fair at 25,000? Of course, it's 300 and I think he paid like $380,000 for the bus. A big Prevost. Wahoo. 45 foot. I'll tell you what. It is absolutely gorgeous inside. I mean, it's gorgeous on the outside too, but you walk in, holy shit. The bus is unbelievable. When you're inside of it, you actually think that you're in a mobile home, a trailer. Although trailers aren't really laid out like that bus is. But absolutely. Although, and he bought it used. $380,000 used. Big honking Detroit diesel in it. Yeah, every now and then he'll email me, tell me where he's at. He left here and went down to Louisiana. He's going to be in Louisiana for like 3 weeks. And then he's going over to Texas. And he'll be at Texas for about 3 weeks. And then he's going to Florida. And he'll be in Florida until... When does he come back? About the end of April. Then he'll be here from April until the end of October. And then him and his wife in the bus. And their 2 cats. He said the one cat sits on the dashboard while they're driving. Or the cat will lay there, go to sleep. He loves being on the dashboard. And they've got them both trained. They can leave the door open, and the cats will not go near that door. They stay in the bus. But both of them love traveling. Yeah, he's got... One of them is one's a calico and the other one is a tuxedo. I can't remember their names. I think the calico is Pixie. Pixie or Dixie? Dixie. I can't remember the tuxedo, what his name is. But they love bus riding. I cannot imagine paying $400,000 for a bus. And they go up to like $3 million. Can you see paying $3 million for a bus? Man, yeah, brake job, 25 grand. Two tires, $3,000. Must be nice to have money. I'll never be there. He had, it was an import export business. I never got into talking to him exactly what he imported and exported. Oh, medical equipment. That's right. He'd buy an old CT scanner that a hospital was getting rid of for like $5,000 and sell it to some hospital in Africa for $35,000. You know, and a lot of times he never left the house or his office. Hospital would put pictures up. How much? 5 grand? Okay, I'll take it. We'll pick it up next week. Load it into a shipping container, take it to the port, ship it to Africa or Zimbabwe. He shipped shit all over the world. Big money. What a hospital considered scrap. Hospitals over in third world countries like, oh, we'll take it, we'll take it. Guy made money hand over fist. But the only thing extravagant is the bus. He drove used cars, lived in a normal house, and you would think that he was just an average, like, blue collar worker. Never bragged. Until I asked him, what do you import and export? And sometime what he would do is buy a machine like in Germany, bring it here, recondition it, and turn around and sell it to Albania. But all MRI, CT scan, X ray machines. Although basically any used medical equipment. hospital would be remodeling and like strip out their ICU, he'd, okay, I'll take it all. And ship it off to Togo or somewhere. And never touch any of it. Oh, I'd like to see the Northern Lights. I'd like to be up in Alaska with the green sky. That has to be amazing. That has to be amazing to look out your window and the sky is green, shimmering green. I'm having the last of my Italian sausage, peppers and onions on a baguette tonight. The last of it. Tomorrow night, Hungarian sausage and sauerkraut. Yeah, I have one piece of Italian sausage left. I have a heap of peppers and onions. I'm going to dump them all on that sandwich. And my bed hog was with me again last night. As a matter of fact, he's laying in the bed right now with his head on my fucking pillow. I make the bed, and he pulls the goddamn covers back, puts his head on my fucking pillow. The brat. Then I go to get in bed and he gives me a hard time. Tell him, well, you warmed it up for me. Oh, don't remind me, Kathy. My grandmother made bread dumplings. Oh my God. I haven't had them since she passed. I never got the recipe, and I wouldn't have the patience anyway. Every now and then, I'll get those Spetzels. Janka. Spetzels. I'll dump them in. Yeah, Northern Lights, that's got to be a sight to see. But I would like to be up in Alaska seeing the green sky. That has to be cool. Well, Kathy, next time you make them, you got my address. FedEx overnight. Gee, you see where I see in the news the FAA has grounded every MD-11 in the United States, which really is putting a hurting on UPS and FedEx because like 10% of their fleet are MD-11s. Of all times of the year to ground 10% of your fleet, holiday shipping time. Both, they're scrambling right now, trying to figure out, like, they're calling every airline, American, Southwest, hey. Yeah, they grounded every one of them. Until they determine why that engine fell off. Because they said the pylon was still on the wing. Now, back in the 90s, when that engine fell off well, that was a Douglas DC-10, but same plane. When that engine come off, the pylon let go. What I can't understand is how many years have passed and there have not been any problems with the MD-11, and this incident happens and they're like, ground all them planes. Maybe it's because both times it was the left side. But yeah, UPS and FedEx are hurting right now. Because, like they said, those MD-11s were the workhorses of their fleet. Even though, there's only, 10% of their whole fleet. But when you've got a plane that will hold that much cargo that basically has been flying trouble-free, and then for the government to say, not till they're all inspected, until we find out why that engine fell off. I mean, don't take me wrong here. There were only, so far, 14 people killed. Now, my heart goes out to all them families. What if that would have been a loaded 787? You'd have had like 500 people killed. I think there's 9 still unaccounted for. Of all areas for that plane to crash, if you're going to pick a good area right there, that could have been a major disaster. Not saying that it isn't, but could you see a 7, like in India? Although that was a different, goddamn one of the pilots shut the fuel off. Deliberately. Everybody was saying, well, gee, that plane that crashed in India was a Dreamliner. Why didn't you ground them? Well, it wasn't the fault of the plane. When a pilot reaches over and shuts the fuel pumps off, and they got it on the black box, the voice recorder, when the one pilot said, "What did you do that for?" That's why they didn't ground the Dreamliners. But it's been, you know, well, the 90s. There hasn't been a problem with the MD-11 until now. I think the FAA is being a little overcautious. And like they said, if they keep them grounded too long, then FedEx and UPS will sell them to third world countries. And you won't see an MD-11 fly in here ever again. Every now and then, one would land here in Cleveland because I'm in the landing pattern. And I've watched them, and I just think that's the most fantastic plane ever built with them three engines like that. I'll stand there and watch that sucker. But see, the Douglas DC-10 and then the MD-11, which was built by Boeing because Boeing bought McDonnell Douglas, those were copycats of the Lockheed L-1011. The Lockheed L-1011, also known as the TriStar, was the first one that had an engine in the tail. And then McDonnell Douglas copied it. I think the only serious plane crash with an L-1011 was Sioux City, Iowa. I'm pretty sure that was an L-1011. When the tail engine exploded and it severed all the hydraulics, and they almost made it. They almost made it. They flew that plane for a couple of hours just using the engines. Okay, give a little up, little on the right engine, little on the left. That's the only way they were controlling that plane. And they come in for a landing, and it looked like, by God, they're going to make it. And as the damn plane touched down, there was a crosswind, and it flipped the wing because they were coming in hot. And that crosswind got the plane out of balance, and then that's when it ended up in that cornfield. But it was amazing how many people walked away from that crash. Including the pilot and the co-pilot and the engineer. I can't remember his name. But to take, I can see the FAA is they're being cautious. But, issue a directive to inspect all them pylons and engine connections, and then if they get a good bill of health, let them go. But no, whole fleet done. And UPS has already said if they keep them grounded too long, they'll just sell them. Because they're losing a ton of money with them planes sitting. It'll be a shame if they don't let them fly again. It's a hell of a plane. But who am I? Who am I? Oh, I know who I am. Well, people, I hear an Italian sausage sandwich calling my name. Everybody, have a wonderful rest of your evening. Thanks for hanging out here. And we will meet again tomorrow night. See ya. Take two. See ya.